You know what's worse than fighting demons? Fighting him alone, after your entire team ditches you. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to him. 13 saints, 13 divine blessed heroes. And one guy, no god, no backup, just raw power. They called him the 13th hero, but that was a lie. They needed him, they feared him, and when the time came, they locked the dungeon and left him to die. I'm not dead, that's what he told himself every single day, as monsters clawed through his flesh, as his bones cracked and healed, again and again. Years passed, his name faded, the saints became gods to the people, and him, forgotten, buried with the corpses of demons he kept slaying. But hell is funny like that. It either breaks you, or turns you into something terrifying. And now, 13 years later, the door opens. The saints look at the figure standing there. Same face, same man, but something's wrong, he's smiling. You thought I'd stay dead. That voice hits like thunder. Calm, controlled, like a man who's already decided you're dead. Lee Geon, the disaster class hero, is back, and he's not here to save the world. He's here to burn it. In a burning wasteland, 2 terrified hunters are being chased by mutated hounds. They're fast, rabid, and hungry. But just as one of them trips, boom, something slams into the ground. Standing in the dust cloud is a man. Me, Lee Geon, and I'm not in the mood to play fetch with overgrown puppies. Even top-ranked disciples would struggle with an orange calamity, one guy whispers. Meanwhile, I just smacked it across the desert like it owed me money. I leap again, fist raised, but pause. Humans, damn, almost turned these 2 into pancake toppings. But behind me, the real boss shows up. Massive, growling, covered in bones, and this one's not here to talk. It roars, releasing a blast that would have ended those 2. But before it reaches them, I'm already in the air. One punch, instant KO. Wonder if I'm related to Saitama. Next thing I know, I'm at a diner, face deep in noodles. The 2 guys are treating me like some mythical hero, which, to be fair, I kinda am. They're stunned by how much I eat. The bill, outrageous. But hey, saving your life comes with an appetite. One of them calls himself a disciple. And as I lift my spoon, I see it, my reflection, my face, perfect, scarless. I dash to the mirror, both arms intact. Even the one I lost 20 years ago, it's back. But it's marked, a glowing green snake coiled into a symbol. Suddenly, everything glitches. A game-like interface opens before my eyes. And guess what it says? All achievements in the tower will now be converted to express. Achievement unlocked, survived 20 years in hell. Defeated a high-ranked calamity. Still alive without therapy. Then, a shadow slithers across the floor. A massive green snake coils in front of me. Eyes glowing, presence divine. I spin around. Did you see that? The 2 guys just blink at me, like I've grown a 3rd eye. What snake? They ask. Okay, so I'm not hallucinating, right? Then a golden window pops up. You have become the god of Ophiuchus. Excuse me, I was a hunter 20 years ago. Now I'm a god. Another message, trait acquired, super regeneration. So that's how my arm and scars healed. Neat. Honestly, being betrayed might have been the best thing to ever happen to me. I stare at my hands. I feel whole for the first time in years. But now it's time to settle the score. Saints, the ones who stabbed me in the back. I whisper to myself. I can already hear them crying, begging for mercy. A grin creeps across my face. They'll pay, one by one. Meanwhile, back at the tower's ruins, journalists and higher-ups swarm the site. Everyone's in shock. Who, or what, did this? Cut to a press conference. One of the saints is cornered by reporters. Did Geon Lee survive? He smirks. 20 years in that place. No chance. The plane touches down with grace, and from the hatch steps 𝘭𝘰𝘵. One of the 12 saints. One of God's chosen. Where is the Prime Minister? He asks, calm yet commanding. He's waiting at the official residence, says the attendant. The car is ready. The guards glance in awe. This man isn't just a saint, he's the very image of a God-chosen saint. His phone buzzes. A restricted number. He ignores it. Probably another reporter. His mind drifts. Back to the day of the tower raid. Back to the prophecy. He had warned Geon Lee. You'll die that day. And Geon still went in. but not before asking Hugo to stay outside and handle the calamities. The tower swallowed them whole. The rest of the saints ran away, one of them holding the red-eyed beast's head. But Hugo never accepted it. He begged the others to confirm it while H was at the hospital. Even knowing Geon would never survive that much time in that hell. His phone rings again. It's the Prime Minister. Have you heard the news about Geon? Don't tell me he's alive, Hugo scoffs. Followers of Geon probably destroyed that tower. No, friend, that's not what I'm saying. The PM sounds shaken. The direct line just rang. The one only Geon had access to. Hugo freezes. His heart skips a beat. That number, he remembers the restricted call from earlier. He calls back. The line picks up. Hey, 𝘶𝙧𝙬𝙪, a calm voice says. I'll find you, and I'll kill you. Good luck. The call cuts. Hugo stares in horror. Turn this car around. Now, we're going back to Korea. Meanwhile, Geon Lee leans back at a table, scoffing. Dodging my calls, 𝘠𝙧𝙬𝙪. His two homies interrupt. Who you calling? He shrugs. Just an old friend. He looks at the smartphone, puzzled. How do you even use this thing? They explain. Dude, it's 2025. Geon Lee scrolls through the internet for the first time in 20 years. Show me the news about Geon Lee. He sees it. #Geon Lee trending. The comments hit him like knives. That bastard died a coward. He let the saints do all the work. Good riddance. The comments read. He breathes in, eyes closed and tries to calm down. Then he sees it. Breaking news. Geon Lee's will released. He had left everything to orphanages, scholarships, foundations. But the headline says, Geon Lee transfers all relics and assets to the 12 saints. His fist clenches. The phone explodes in his palm. His voice trembles. They're all dead. I'll rip them to shreds. Should he reveal his identity now? No. His face. It isn't the same anymore. It's not time yet. Suddenly, a system message pop-up appears. Someone is watching you. He steps outside, and sees it. A familiar of Ares, floating midair, and it requests a tribute. Just then, a couple walks towards him on the sidewalk. Laughing, mocking. Geon Lee, what a joke. Why'd anyone admire the weakest saint? His two homies freeze. They notice a badge on the couple's clothes. Gemini sect. Geon stands still, cold eyes, locked in, hearing all the mockery on his name. The guy walks up to him, and blows cigarette smoke straight into his face. His girlfriend pulls him back. Don't waste time, she says. As they walk off, he mutters, fucking loser. While walking away, they keep bad-mouthing Geon Lee, not knowing he was standing right behind them. Geon stays silent. His homies look relieved. Bros chillin'. No violence today. No Luffy hitting the celestial dragon scene today, I guess. But then, he turns. Hey, he shouts. Two fucking cockroaches. He stops walking, turns around slowly, just as our protagonist calls him out. With no hesitation, the man walks back toward Geon, now standing, face to face. He looks pissed. Then, with a single flick of his finger, boom, the fat guy is sent flying across the street, crashes into the wall like a sack of potatoes. Before Geon can even blink, the girl sneaks in from behind. She prepares to shoot a fireball straight at him, but Geon just turns his head slightly, and flick, she flies too, crashing hard across the road. He swatted them both, like they were flies. My man didn't even try. His two homies shout out from behind. Yo, you can't use your powers out here. This is a public street. Geon turns around slowly. Use my powers. If I had used them, they'd be dead. Silence. They're stunned. This man just ragdolled. Two erranked disciples, with nothing but his bare hands. He walks over to the guy on the ground, bends down, picks up the badge on his chest. Is this thing a holy relic? The homies stare at him. You don't even know what that is. They start explaining. There were once 12 saints, but even they couldn't protect the world on their own. So, they each created their own sects, and started gathering followers. The ones awakened by a saint are called disciples. They're ranked by power. At the top, SSS rank, the saints, chosen directly by the zodiacs. Then, SS, 10 stars, candidates to become the next saints. Next, S rank, commanders, the strongest among the lower disciples. And finally, A, B, and C ranked disciples. The zodiacs draw power from the faith of their followers. So every sect Fights to gather more people. More believers. More fame. That's why zodiacs grant powerful holy relics to their top disciples. Geon looks disgusted. How did it all come to this? Just then, the familiars reappear. They surround him, whispering temptations. Spill their blood. Punish them. If you do, we'll give you wealth, glory, power. But one of the homies panics. Stop. Don't mess with them. They're the zodiac's shadows. If you go against them, you'll be cursed. You'll become their enemy. Geon doesn't even flinch. With a smirk, he slams his foot on the ground. Mana erupts. The familiars freeze, then scatter like insects. The homies are stunned. This guy is not normal. Still, they don't realize he's none other than Lee Geon, the long-lost 13th saint. Geon turns to one of them. Jimin Han, you said this guy's from the Gemini sect, right? Jimin nods. Yeah, they're the strongest in Korea. They've got politicians, businessmen, top-tier elites. Geon chuckles. So, that means he's loaded, huh? He looks down at the unconscious man. Everything he's wearing is probably designer, right? Geon grins and starts looting the guy. Just another day for the disaster class hero. Subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode of The Return of the Disaster Class Hero.